Alright, so welcome back. So we try to finish each unit with a lab that kind of reinforces some of the skills. It also forces you to do some things on your own. This lab is going to be called ScoreKeeper. So you're going to have to make an app called ScoreKeeper. If you click on this link in the instructions, or I'll also put it above, it'll take you to a Word document that talks about all the great gory details of what the ScoreKeeper is. In short, what it is it's a 4-person game scorecard, right? So imagine you're playing a game like Hearts or some card game with 4 people in it, and you were to add scores, right? So you'd have like players up here. So here it's just players 1 through 4. You would have a score for the current round. You click on in a round, and it just makes a running total. So here in this game, you can see the first round, everybody got a 2. The second round, it looks like player 2 got 20. Everybody else got 0s. So it's accumulating, right? It's the point I was trying to make. Same round in the second, he got 20. Everybody else got 0. And so this is the way this works. Let's just go ahead and look at a live demo of it as well. So this is the app. Things that are required about the app is that it has to be a flexible layout. So it's shown here on an iPhone 4S, and you can see that it takes up all the space from one side to another. If I relaunch it, though, so instead of a 4S, if I relaunch it on, let's just go with iPhone 6 instead of the 6 Plus, it's also a different width. You'll notice that it will continue to make use of the full width on this bar, so it expands to take up that width. So that's something you've got to do. And so just to kind of show an example here, let's just say that these players got scores 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you press the enter round, it would bring those down. One thing that I do want to mention is you'll notice that my keypad did not come up. That's a feature in iOS 6 to where the keypad doesn't show up. If you want the keypad to show up, you'll have to go to hardware, and then you'll have to disconnect the hardware keyboard. And so now if I do that, now my keyboard comes up, or my keypad comes up, but I've lost the ability to type from my computer, right? So if you want to simulate what the real app is going to be like, make sure you do that. That was under hardware, keyboard, and then you can connect or disconnect your hardware keyboard. And so now if you enter rounds, what should happen is the keyboard should go away. So there's a lot of little features here. I'll turn back on my hardware keyboard just so I can type. You have to be able to switch the names of the players. So these are not stored anywhere. These are just, you're typing them in as edit text views. That's something you'll learn about in the lab. So you can actually like type in the names of the players up here. You'll also notice that if I turn my keyboard back off, after I put in a score, so if I put in a score for each of these guys and I hit enter round, my keyboard goes away, right? And to be honest, that's something that's going to be handled largely by code, and a lot of the code will be provided for you. You can also see things where my round number is incrementing. So when the game started, I was at round 1, and then as I added scores, it will add them down there. If you leave something blank, it should default to 0, which will work out fine. We've also got it set up that if you were to type letters into it somehow, it would ignore those as well. So that's kind of the basics of the app. If you were to rotate it to landscape, it does not have to do anything. It's a portrait-only app, so you're going to have to set it up to where it only supports portrait, which is pretty easy to do. So that was just done in the main area. I just unchecked landscape left, landscape right. So go ahead and read the lab to get all the instructions on it. And once you get that finished up, you should hopefully know a lot more about Interface Builder. So that's also kind of it for the unit. Hopefully you got a good chance with this color sliders to kind of see how constraints work, with the flexible layouts, how to make things that work on all 4 iPhone sizes. And then in the lab, you got a chance to see a little bit of the Swift code and to do some things with a real app that need flexible layouts. As far as the Swift code goes, we'll learn more about Swift next time. But if you want to look at some of the code that's in there, I certainly welcome and encourage that. All right, that's all we got. See you next time. Bye.